most people make mistake when they start their study abroad journey is that they walk backwards. So what do I mean by that? They'll go to a school, they find out the eligibility criteria for that school, and they start working towards that particular school, and forget that that school, there's every chance that that school might not even give you admission. So when that school does not give you admission, or when you don't even meet up to that requirement, you are lost. You have to go to another school, check for the requirement, and start to maybe take another TOEFL or another GRE. But the reason why my approach is better is because from the beginning, before the application is open, you're already dedicating 3 months to getting everything that you need. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. You're welcome to another video in my Study in the USA series. So if you're seeing me for the first time, you are welcome. If you are just like a newbie on this channel, please do not make this your last time here. Consider subscribing to my channel. Click the subscribe button and turn your post notifications bell on so you're the first to get notified whenever I upload my content. Guys, I can't wait for you to become a part of this family. So my returning subscribers, thank you so very much. You guys have been so amazing. Thank you for the comments, the likes, the shares, and thank you for those of you who are reaching out to me via email as well. You guys have been amazing. And to my special people, I mean the people who watch my content without subscribing, you deserve some accolade, really. So thank you for watching my content, but I would appreciate it even more if you can as well subscribe to my channel when you're done viewing my content, because that will encourage me and make me even push out more content for you to enjoy. Okay, so moving on, my name is Valeen Oseh and I am a cybersecurity graduate from the University of Alabama at Birmingham, UAB. So on this channel, I share my experience here as a study abroad international student in the United States. So if this is something that you find interesting or something that you're looking to learn, then of course subscribe to my channel if you haven't and become a part of this family. Also, I have a community of aspiring and current international students on Telegram, so click the link in my description down below so you can join the Telegram group and connect with other internationals as well. And you can also join my mailing list. The link is in my description down below, where you get to receive never heard before stories and resources that never make it here to YouTube. I assure you that you find it very worthwhile. Okay, so today I'm going to be making a video that would help your study abroad journey. As you know, I have been making a series about studying in the USA. In the first video, I talked about the pre-application phase, which is the phase where you have to know the things that you are supposed to do before you begin your application phase. The link to that video is here, so watch it or search through my channel or search the description so that you can watch that video if you have not seen that video, because from my understanding, it's been amazing and it's been helping a lot of people. In the second video, which is also like a part of the application phase video, I talked about the factors you have to consider before you begin your study abroad journey or before you settle or choose a school. So that video would help you identify. I talked about 22 plus factors to consider. You don't just want to choose any school, you want to ensure that you're choosing the right school. Now in today's video, I want to help you to choose a school. I want to show you how you can actually settle for a school, how to find that school, and why that school should be the right choice. Okay, so in this video, you are going to learn how to streamline your searches to suit your interest or to suit your need. You're also going to learn where to apply, how to apply, what to search for, where to search for those things. So this video is going to be very impactful, and I hope that you watch the video in full, because I'm going to also share some tips along the way. So before we start talking about how to streamline your search, what to search for, and everything in between, or even how to find that school, my question to you is this: what is your greatest need? What is your greatest or your prioritized need in this your study abroad journey? Now let me explain. When you're starting this study abroad journey, For one of my mentees that I'm working with right now, she told me, Valeen, how can I get funding? Funding is my biggest problem. Like, it has been the thing holding me back from even beginning, this study abroad journey. I just don't want to start. How do I get funding? Should I start when I know I don't have the finances, or what should I do? So that's the question I'm asking you. For that mentee, her greatest need is finance. Her greatest need is funding, is scholarship. What is your greatest need? The reason why it is good for you to identify what your greatest need is because we want to ensure that your search is very streamlined. You want to ensure that you're streamlining or you are simplifying everything so that you can get faster results. Where do you search? How do you even begin the search? Like I say to my clients and even to my mentees, Google is your friend. Google is your friend. I know we grew up in Africa where like most of the things we need is just you going to the library, hard copy. It has to be hard copy. And that is why today I'm a hard copy body. Like, I'm a hard copy person. If it has to be hard copy, if you're sending me something, I can read it online, but I have to print it out. It's become like a part of me. If I don't print it out, it's like I've not really grabbed the idea or the information in that material. So getting to that space where you're comfortable searching for something on Google might become very challenging, because it is the only way you can actually carry out your research, search for the schools, and even submit your application is by Googling these schools. So you need to get comfortable with using Google. If you're only using Google to ask questions about the latest hair or the latest cosmetic, then you need to rethink that all over again, because it's going to be deeper for you. And for my clients who have been taking my Study Abroad Genius Masterclass, I teach them the various ways that they can simplify these searches on Google. So if you want to be a part of that Study Abroad Genius Masterclass, where I teach people from the beginning of their study abroad journey what to do till the point where they get their admissions and even land to the US, all you have to do is click the link to join the wait list for the next batch of students. Okay, so now we have identified that one of the places to search for these schools is using Google. Google. You have it in your phone. You can either search for them, use Google on your phone, or you can use Google on your desktop or your computer or your MacBook or your iPad. Google has been identified as your best friend for your study abroad journey. So the next thing that we're going to talk about is how can you then streamline your search to get faster results. Remember I said you're going to learn how to streamline your search. Now, if you don't know how to streamline your search, you're going to end up searching, and that's where people get tired, because they will be seeing over 100 results and they don't even know how to proceed. And then even if you know how to proceed, you don't know which of these schools that you should go for, which is why I made that video about the factors to consider before you choose a school in the US. Now, if you know the 20 factors I identified in that video, you should choose the most critical factors to you. So you have the top 5 things that you cannot do away without as an international student or a potential international student. So in that video, I talked about funding. For my mentee that I'm working with right now, her greatest need is funding. So add 4 more factors to that list. So you have 5 factors, and then you can now search for a school that meets at least that 5 or more factors that are so critical to you. You know that if I get this admission, I cannot fund the bill. So you know that for you, funding is very key. So when you're searching, you're going to search differently from somebody who already has funding or who the family is going to fund. Funding is not their problem. For them is the research interest. So if I'm somebody like I'm going for a master's in cybersecurity and I'm going to be taking the research route or the thesis route, it means that and I already have somebody to sponsor me, I'm not going to be searching for a school that has funding. I'll be searching for schools that are, in line with the research that I am going for. So that should be the case for you, which is why you need to watch that video, understand the 20 plus factors I listed that you should consider, and choose at least the 5 critical ones that you cannot, do without. So make a list of those 20 factors. Get a segment and say must have. Then get another segment and say, okay, not so important. Then the other one you can say, maybe, maybe not. Then you now pick, that will help you pick out the 5 that are critical to you. And this, once you have decided on these 5 critical factors, it will help you in the next point that I'm going to be talking about, because you're going to use these, factors to now streamline your search. So once you have identified the 5 things that are critical to you as an individual, it could be location, it could be opportunity for on-campus jobs, it could be scholarship, it could be security, it could also be job prospects after graduation. So the next thing you have to do now is to go to Google, right? Remember we said Google is going to be your friend. Go to Google, and on the search bar you just type in, if you're going for a master's program, first of all you need to know what the program you're going for. Okay, so you go to Google and then you type in Masters in Cybersecurity with scholarship, right? So you are going to go to Google and search for a university that is in line with your critical need. Or you start by saying full ride scholarship master's program in the USA. So you are searching using the location, you're searching using the major, which is your course of study. Remember, one of the factors I said to consider is the availability of your course of interest. So you are using, in this one that I just, the example I just stated, you are using the location of the school, which is the United States of America. You are using cybersecurity, which is the course itself you're interested in. You're using scholarship, which is, the funding, because that's your critical need. You're also using 2022. So if you're coming in the year 2022, you can also say full ride or scholarship for master's program in the USA 2022 with scholarship. So you find a way to include all of these critical factors in your search. You can search them all at the same time, or you can search for them separately. What do I mean? You can start by saying top 20 or top 50 schools in the USA for masters in cybersecurity. That is you just tailoring it to USA, tailoring it to the major, right? And tailoring it to the ranking of the school. Ranking is also one of the factors that I mentioned in that video. Guys, go watch that video, which is why I've been making these videos in a series-like manner, so that you start from 0 to 1 to 2. So watch that video so that you understand, and also watch the video where I talked about the things you have to do before your application phase. Right now we are in the application phase. So once you search for that, you know that okay, it will give you like maybe 100 or 1 million results. What do you then do next, right? So the reason why the factors to consider video is very important is, as you get your results, if you get this pool of results, let's say you get 100 or 50 results, right? What you have to do next is to now use other factors in that factor to consider, or the 20 plus factors I have listed, to now streamline the results or the answers that you have been given even further. Remember, I advised in my first video, or I say it to even my clients and my mentees, that at least apply to 5 schools. Apply to 5 schools so that you be on the safer side. People might tell you to apply to 3 schools. I would say apply to 5 schools, because you never know. The reason why I'm even streamlining it to 5 is because of the cost of application fee. Remember, I also mentioned the total cost of the documents and everything you need to know before you begin. Go watch that video where I talked about everything, the amount. So it is because of the cost of application fee, that's why I'm limiting it to at least 5. If not, if you have the money to apply to like 10 schools, go ahead and do it, because that would give you more chances of being admitted, and then you now have the the final say as to deciding which school you will settle for based on the factors that are most critical to you, right? So now you streamline the search, the results, using further factors that are still critical to you, but they are not like the most critical factors. You made your search using the most critical factors. Now you are going to streamline your search using the least or the average critical factors that are peculiar to you. So if, for instance, you typed or you searched for top 50 schools in cybersecurity for masters in Google, and it gave you the 50 schools that you requested for, how then do you streamline it? You streamline it using even those factors to like 20 or to 10. And Once you have streamlined it to 10, or the number of schools that you know you want to apply to, you then do what? What you do next is you go to each of these schools. It is very tedious. I'm going to tell you this. It is very overwhelming. Don't think that, oh, when you start, everything is just going to happen. I have a mentee that I told her to do this because, in course of the mentorship, I'm like this, I give you tasks. So every week you have something to do, and I give you templates, I give you action plans, I give you things to do that, you are producing results on a daily basis. So you have somebody that is an accountability partner to guide you in this whole process. But it's not free, it's paid for. If you want me to walk you through, or you also want to take my Study Abroad Genius Masterclass or course, click the link in my description down below so that you can join the wait list for the second batch or the third batch. So I sent her this message and I told her to give me a list. She told me the course she's interested in. I told her, this is what I gave her the task. This is what you are going to send to me. And to be honest, it took her over a month to send that to me. It's very, very challenging. This is somebody that I'm even mentoring. Do you understand? So even with someone mentoring you, it's also very challenging because you have other things to do. But the good thing about having working with me is that I will be your accountability partner. I actually spoke to her and I know the problem or whatever it is she was dealing with at the time. So it wasn't like she was just giving me excuses or she wasn't interested. No, we actually figured out why there was a delay, and I had to tell her or support her to focus on that first until we continued. And just recently, yesterday, she sent the list to me, and we're going to continue with our weekly sessions until she achieves her study abroad dreams and finds her way in the United States of America. So what am I saying? You need to keep streamlining your list until you get what you want, until you get the schools that you're looking for. The streamlining process at this phase now is you going to each of these schools. Now you have 10 schools. Go to each of these schools. Go to their website. That's what I mean. Go to their website. So let's say you imputed a search and it took you to Texas A&M. So go to University of Texas A&M or University of Alabama at Birmingham and go to the department that you are applying to and search through the website. Look for the eligibility criteria of each of those schools. That's your next thing. So the first thing is watch that video of factors to consider, list out the 20 plus factors. Second thing, search for the school on Google, just search for maybe top 50 schools, and then from that list that you are given, streamline it to maybe top 20 schools using the your factors again. And then the next thing is go to each of these schools that you have you are interested in and go to their individual websites to search for their criteria. Now, the reason why I made the video of the things you have to do, the pre-application phase video, the documents, everything you need, and ensuring that you get those things before you even begin your application process, is because I want you to walk upwards, not walk backwards. The reason why most people make mistake when they start their study abroad journey is that they walk backwards. So what do I mean by that? They'll go to a school, they find out the eligibility criteria for that school, and they start working towards that particular school. And forget that school, there's every chance that school might not even give you admission. So when that school does not give you admission, or when you don't even meet up to that requirement, you are lost. You have to go to another school, check for the requirement, and start to maybe take another TOEFL or another GRE. But the reason why my approach is better is because from the beginning, before the application is open, you're already dedicating 3 months to getting everything that you need. So you'll be asking yourself, what is the cutoff for TOEFL or GRE at that phase? So what if I go and get 300 and the cutoff for the school I'm working towards is 320? How then can I do it? No, I advise people that when you're taking that exam, take the exam and aim for the highest score for TOEFL, the highest score for GRE. If it's 340 that is the highest, get 340 over 340. Aim for that, because if you work that way, you get a very good score that you can use to apply to most of these schools abroad and you get admission. So if you work this way, using my approach, you'll be on the safe side. You will not be walking backwards, but you'll be walking upwards, because you have all the documents required. You know the factors to consider when you're applying to this school. So you're not going to search foolishly. You're not going to be searching for things where you don't even know what to search for. So this way, you are streamlining the whole process. You are saving yourself time. You're saving yourself unnecessary pressure, or you're even saving yourself the pressure of walking backwards instead of walking forward. So when you go to these schools, search for their criteria at the departmental level, write them down and tick the things that you have. At this point, okay, I have my GRE, I need my TOEFL, I have it, I have my letters of recommendation, I have my transcript ready, I met the cutoff score, and then you now know that from these schools, there are some that you might not necessarily meet their eligibility, which is why I said when you've streamlined it to 10, you can now do the individual website research and find out the eligibility criteria, and by the time you are done, at least you must have 5 that you have met their requirement, and you can apply to these 5 schools. I hope this makes sense, because I just feel like when people reach out to me, they don't even know what to do. They don't know where to. They've already started searching for the schools and they don't know what to search for. So even if they know what to search for, they're searching for it wrongly. So I teach my clients how to search right for schools that will save them unnecessary stress and unnecessary time, and they can use that time to now start focusing on preparing for their visa interview, preparing for life in the USA. So my mentees, they have a lot to talk about, because they're like, Valeen, thank you so much for assisting me with this process. So you're going to repeat this as many times as possible until you find those schools that you are comfortable with. Once you find the schools that you are comfortable with, all you have to do is then click on the submit button and send your application. Remember, I said that your application cannot go through if you do not have an application fee. So if the school needs an application fee, you have to pay that application fee before you hit the submit button, and then you have to also complete the application. The application will be done online. Some might require you to fill it and mail it to them. Some might even want both of them. You still fill it online, but they'll still say, send us or mail us a copy of everything that you have added on the website or to your profile. So just figure out, these are things that you need to find out when you are searching or you are researching those schools using their website. So I know that when you do this, you'll be very, very happy that you did, because it is a process, it is a time. And remember, application starts in August. If you're aiming for the fall, it starts that August. So from August to December, maybe January-ish, applications will close. And once it closes, if you're going to do late admission, it's a problem. It will be a problem for you, because other people will be giving admission and you're just starting to just be giving yourself unnecessary pressure, which is what I train my clients never to do. So they know what to do, they know when to apply, they apply right, and they are also very in the faces of these professors to receive any scholarship that is available. Now, talking about scholarship, I'm going to make my next video where I'll share with you how you can then submit or fill out this application yourself, because I know it can be very crazy. People do not even know how to fill out the documentation or fill out the application online, and what to do, what not to do, and how to even search right. Then also make a video talking about how to prepare. Now you've gotten the admission, now you are a almost bona fide student of your school, because even though you are bona fide, you need to get to the school before I can call you bona fide Blazer or UAB student. Okay, getting an admission is not enough. So the next video will be talking about how you can then apply, and also how you can start preparing for your visa process, the documents you need to apply for your visa, how to apply for the visa, and how to prepare for your visa interview, so that you can have your visa approved and you can come here to study and achieve your study abroad dreams. I mean, I've made a couple of videos about visa interview. I've shared videos of my subscribers and even mentees and my clients who have succeeded. We've recorded over almost 40 visa success stories, and that's everything about the news is in my Telegram community. So if at this point you're not a member of my Telegram community, please ensure that you click the link in my description down below, and the link will take you to the Telegram community where you can see all these stories that we've been sharing. Also join my mailing list. The mailing list is pretty much a list of emails where I send out emails on a monthly basis to share never heard before stories about my life here in the US, and freebies, resources, information, that never make it here to YouTube. Also, ensure to follow us on all of our social media platforms. On Instagram, I'm Valeen Oseh. On Twitter and Facebook, Valeen Oseh everything. For the brand, for this study abroad journey, same network on Instagram, same network on Twitter, Facebook, everything. So follow us. And also for Pass My Visa Interview, which is a service where I render to international students to help them assist and prep them for their study, their visa interview, is also on Facebook, Instagram, and we also have a website. So just ensure that you're following us on all of our social media platforms and website so that you can stay connected and you don't miss out on anything. Because if you miss out, if you're just following on YouTube, you'll be missing out on Facebook, on Instagram, on Telegram, and even on Twitter, so, and even on our website. So just keep yourself connected. And if you need me to guide you in this your study abroad journey one-on-one, where I get to teach you how to find the right schools, how to apply right, how to get full funding and scholarship, then please click the link to join the waitlist for my next batch of students that I'll be teaching how to achieve their study abroad dreams from start to finish. So guys, this is the end of this video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel at this point, what are you waiting for? Please hit the subscribe button and don't forget to turn your post notifications bell on so you're the first to get notified whenever I upload my content. And yes, if you are part of those people that watch and not subscribe, please also subscribe, and thank you for watching regardless. I remain Valeen Oseh, and until see again in my next video, I pledge to never give up, and I hope that you do same. Bye bye.